Hello Stampin' Friends and welcome to my channel. This is Dee Osburn and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'm so glad that you've joined me here today. We are going to make a great card for our dads and our brothers and all the men in our lives for Father's Day, or really for any kind of day. And it doesn't have to be just for a man in your life. It could be for anyone who enjoys whiskey. So we're going to make this great card, and everything that you need to make this card will be listed in the description below, as well as the measurements for everything and the links to where you can get the items that you need if you don't have them to make this card. So if you like this video as you go along, please like, share, and subscribe. Give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment. I love comments, and I will comment back to everyone who comments to me. So let's get started. Let's look at the things that we will need to make this card. We're going to be using the Whiskey Business stamp set, and you can find it in the annual catalog. We'll be using the decanter stamp, the glass of whiskey stamp, the little lime or lemon, I guess that's a lemon twist. And I chose the Cheers to You stamp because I wanted to be able to use it for any occasion, for any person. So, there are lots of great sentiments on here that you could use for other occasions. So you've got your top shelf, that would work for anything. Sending you an old-fashioned birthday card, that'd be a great one for birthdays. Being a dad is whiskey business. You could use that one for a Father's Day card. And straight up, you're the best. You could use that for any occasion as well. We're also going to use this little wood piece right here as well. Okay, so let's look at what we're going to do to make this card. The first thing that you're going to need, I'm going to slide this over to the side. The first thing that you're going to need is a piece of early espresso cardstock, cut at 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So you're going to fold that in half, get your bone folder, and make a nice crisp fold there. Okay. Then I took a piece of copper metallic paper, specialty paper, and this is cut at 5 1/4 by 4, and we're going to glue that down to our card base. So let's go ahead and do that. 5 1/4 by 4 is the dimension on this, and we're going to glue that down. And you can find these items in the annual catalog, and I will put a link down below to, if you don't have them, where you can find them, where you can get them. All right, so then you're going to get a piece of very vanilla cardstock, cut at 5 1/4 by 4, and you're going to put that on the inside. You're going to glue that down to the inside. That's where you'll write your message to the person that you're sending this to. You know, if it's a Father's Day card or a birthday or someone in your life who likes whiskey. I know my mother-in-law used to like Jack Daniels, and my husband was very surprised when he found that out. But yeah, so you don't have to be a guy to like whiskey, right? Okay, then you're going to take a piece of Whisper White, and this is cut at, I believe this is, I forgot what I cut this to. Let's measure it. Let's measure it and find out. I'm going to turn this over because it's got the inches on this side. This is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. There you go. 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. Okay. Let's pull this back up. So you're going to get a piece of very vanilla, cut at 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, and we're going to stamp on this. All right, we're going to stamp the like table. So you see I just took that stamp and I stamped as though there were a table right there. So let's do that. Oh, here it is. And we're going to stamp that in Early Espresso. So we'll get our Early Espresso ink and we'll open that up. We'll ink up our stamp. And we're going to stamp it 4 times. All right. So I'm going to go right down here in the bottom corner. 1. And then right above it, 2. And then overlapping, 1, 2. And that's not going to matter that it's darker right there because that's where all the things that you're going to glue down belong. So it's not going to matter that that's a little bit darker than the rest of it. So I cleaned my stamp. Now I'm going to get a scrap piece of Very Vanilla and I'm going to stamp in the Early Espresso. I'm going to stamp the decanter. So I have the decanter stamp here. We'll ink that up. And we're going to fussy cut these out. So I'm going to stamp that. Clean your stamp. You should always clean your stamps. It will make your stamps last a whole lot longer. So, and again, the little glass is going to be in Early Espresso. And then in Daffodil Delight, you're going to stamp the little lemon twist, the little lemon rind. And if you don't want it that dark, you can stamp off. I liked it a little bit lighter. But if you want the dark one, use the dark one. So you'll have a choice of 2. You could actually cut them both out and put them both on there. I only used 1, but that's just me. All right, so then I got this Stampin' Blend. Let me put my ink away. We're going to come back to the Early Espresso ink. But I got a Stampin' Blend, and I got light cinnamon cider. And I colored in the whiskey. All right, so let's do that. Okay, now that we have that done, now it looks a little dark right now, but it does lighten up as it dries. So it will be lighter. It'll look like this when it dries. See how much darker it is right now? It will lighten up. So now I'm going to fussy cut out with my scissors all 3 of these items. So I'm going to do that off camera and then I'll come back and I'll show you what I have. Okay, I have fussy cut out these items. I did that off camera because I didn't want to bore you with my cutting skills or lack thereof. But so we are going to now put these on here. So the first thing that we're going to do is put dimensionals on the back of here. We're going to put 4 on the back of the decanter, 2 at the bottom, 2 at the top of the main part of the decanter. And then we're going to take just a little sliver and we're going to run it along the top of the decanter, making sure that we can't see it on this side. Okay, so there we have that. So we're going to take these off and go ahead and place this decanter. It's such a nice decanter, I think. All right, so we're just going to put it right here. What we want to do is we want to think about where these 2 are going to, you want this one kind of toasting so you'll just put that right there like that. Make sure you have it straight. Okay, and then put that down. Then you'll put some dimensionals on the back of here, and I think 2 on the back of the glass is plenty. So we'll do that. And And we're going to tilt it a little bit so that it looks like it's toasting the decanter. Okay, and then for the little lemon, I did cut that little white piece out. It's a little hard to do, but it is doable. And so you just take a glue dot and put it on that wide part right there, okay? And then you're going to take a little bead of glue and put just a tiny bit right there and a tiny bit right there. And you're going to put this down, just kind of laying on the table. Kind of laying down on the table. See? I think I don't know how I got it. I must have pushed it over further. Oh, my table was longer on the other one. That's why. But that's okay. So now what you're going to do is you're going to glue this down to your card base. And you're going to glue it kind of towards the top so that you have an even amount of space on all three sides of the top of this piece. Okay, so, and you want to get it just about right before you lay it down, because this metallic paper gets kind of gummy if you get glue on it, and so you don't want that to happen. All right, so we'll put that there. Now we're almost done. We're going to take a piece of copper metallic and a piece of Very Vanilla cardstock. The Very Vanilla is cut at 3/4 of an inch, and the metallic paper is cut at 1 inch. And you're going to stamp on the Very Vanilla, and we're going to stamp in Early Espresso. And I chose the Cheers to You stamp. You could do a different sentiment, but that's the one that I chose. And you're just going to stamp that kind of in the middle of this paper. Okay, this is about almost 5 inches long. You're going to cut it down, but we're going to stamp it nice and centered right in the middle. Okay, and then we'll clean our stamp and put it away. All right, put our ink away. Now we're going to cut this at an angle this way, and then at an angle this way. All right, and you do that first so that you can kind of measure where this one goes. So you're going to glue that on to the metallic piece. Just kind of in the center, making sure you've got the same amount on the top as you do on the bottom. Okay, and then you are just going to follow. It's a little squirrely until it dries, so make sure you give it that time. All right, so then you're just going to follow the line that you cut before with your scissors and just cut that side, and then come around to this side. Put your scissors in the same angle and cut that side. I kind of missed, didn't I? There we go. All right. Okay. Let's throw our trash away. And I popped this one up, so we'll put some dimensionals on the back of this. And I did not put glitter on this one. And I thought about putting glitter on it. Could put some glitter on the rind, but I don't know. You don't really use sugared stuff with whiskey, right? I don't know. I don't drink whiskey, but I've never seen anybody eat sugar with it. But you could, bling up your decanter a little bit. So we're going to put this down here at the bottom. Just center it nicely. And then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to take these, I got these champagne rhinestone basic jewels. You could use pretty much anything. I just liked these because I thought they were kind of the same color. And you just place them on your card wherever you would like them to be. I did it like this in a kind of a triangle because it fills that space with your eye. It brings your eye around, all the way around on the card. And that's it. There's your card. So I hope that you have enjoyed this card. I hope that you will try to make one like this and send it to someone that you know who likes whiskey. And I think it would make a great Father's Day card. So leave me a comment and let me know what you thought. Please like, share, and subscribe. And come back and see me. I will see you next time.